We're on a low hill above the recently harvested barley fields in northeast Norfolk, and this is Edingthorpe Church. We're about a mile from the village here, so this church sits in splendid isolation. It's got a round tower, which is probably 12th century, and then in the 14th century they built the belfry stage up on top of it. But actually they merge beautifully into one piece, and the church, which is thatched, was probably rebuilt in the 14th century as well. I think that Norfolk is perhaps best known for its large churches, but here at Edingthorpe is a small church which I think is one of the most special in the whole county. Let's go inside. Sometimes when you visit an old church, it's too easy to get hung up on individual details. But when you come to somewhere like Edingthorpe, I think what makes it so special is the way that everything seems to work together. For example, this wonderful screen behind me, which dates to the middle of the 15th century. The Edingthorpe screen has just 6 figures on it, 3 on each side. And as you can see, there's no elaborate carved tracery. The tracery has been painted on. From the left here, we've got St Bartholomew with his flensing knife, St Andrew with a saltire cross, and St Peter with a bunch of keys. On the other side, there's St Paul, St John, and St James, and it's all very simple. When the church was rebuilt in the 14th century, it also meant a new font, and this was it. And it's in what's called the decorated style, and it's a style that would be snuffed out by the Black Death, which arrived in this country soon after the font was installed here. One person who loved this church was the poet Siegfried Sassoon, who came here in the late 19th century on holidays with his family. He came back in the 1930s after the terrible war that had made his name, and he wrote then that this was a place with a special dignity and simplicity, standing there on its low hill above the harvest fields, as though it were the faithful servant of all those that lived around it. And I think for me, that hasn't changed, and Edingthorpe is a place that Sassoon would recognise if he came back today.